Hey, it's Teen Hewitt, Stampin' Up demonstrator in Adelaide, Australia, and welcome to 2020. Just starting a new series of videos this year, and I'm calling Let's Make a Card. Well, it'll be a mixture of showing you some techniques and ideas and actually making cards or other projects, 3D projects. So what I thought I'd do today was just to get started, just to introduce myself and what I do. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Adelaide, Australia, and I run classes in my studio, and I'm hoping to get a bit more online presence. So I have a blog called tinascreativestudio.com, so you can have a look over there and see what I'm up to. I'm on Facebook as well, and Instagram and everywhere else. Just trying to keep up with everything is a bit tricky sometimes, but never mind. So today I've got a just thought I'd show you a little bit of one of the cards we're making in classes this week. I've decided to start with the Peaceful Poppies suite in the new Stampin' Up catalogue this year, which is the January to June 2020 mini catalogue. So I have a couple of cards here. I'll just show you. I'll raise them up. So this is the one. I'm just going to show you how I created the background on that one today. That's one card. Take it out of the packet, and I'll just show you what I've done to the inside. So that's the front of the card. It's the background that makes the card, and then on the inside I've just stamped it very simply with one poppy image. And the other card in the class is this one. This is very very simple, using the beautiful Peaceful Poppies designer series paper and a couple of the dies in the suite as well. And I finished this card off by doing a I actually stamped this poppy and stamped with the background stamps in that set on a separate piece of paper, die cut it and stuck it on there. So that's actually a separate layer on top of that inside of the card. And the third project in my class is not a card this week. It's actually this gorgeous little bag that I actually saw a demonstrator whose name escapes me. Sorry, I didn't write it down. I went to the Stampin' Up convention we call on stage in November 2019 in Sydney, and she showed us how to, well, she made this little project, and I just fell in love with this, and so I thought I have to make this. Hers is a little bit different. It's got a different greeting, little slip of paper from the top tag. I decided to put a happy birthday there, so that makes a nice gift for birthday, and you can put little treats in there, or I don't know, some cosmetics or something like that. It's a decent sized bag, so you can do a little bit. What I thought I'd do, I'll just show you how I did the background, and then we'll get started. I'll just turn the camera down. Right, so what I'm going to be doing is this background. So I have the poppy stamp here. And just inking it up with Memento black. So now I'm just taking a note of where the stalks, how close they are to the edge of the rubber. I'm going to stamp this one in the middle of this panel, about there, just to that one. Okay, oh, I rocked it a little bit. That doesn't really matter. Okay, then I'm going to stamp another one here. Oops. Maybe I'll turn it over and start again. so, so that's the beauty about this paper here. He won't see it straight through, so I'll do it again. We all make mistakes. There we go. Try not to rock it this time. I don't know if you've seen my, if you're on my mailing list and you've been on it for a while, you would have seen my 12 weeks of Christmas videos. And I did 12 different ideas in the lead up to Christmas. I did some cards, some little bags, and some other little gifty ideas. And I got into the swing of doing a weekly video for that. And so I thought I'd try and do a series for this year. Okay, so I've got that. I've got all the poppies now. So that one over there. Now to create the background, I need 3 colours. This background, I originally got the idea from a UK demonstrator, and they used these colours to create a background for a Christmas card, and which I did use in one of my Christmas card classes towards the end of the year, and I thought I'd recreate that background using the poppies. So the first colour I'm using is Daffodil Delight, and I have got one of our sponge Brayers. So when you're inking up a brayer, don't just do that, because you'll only get ink on that part of the sponge. You have to do long rolls in one direction, and you have to do a fair bit. And I'm actually going to put yellow, this Daffodil Delight, let's try it out a bit, on all of my card. There we go. I'm getting a little bit of colour now. And when you're rolling this on your card, you don't need to press too hard. It's probably better not to press too hard. Well, with the daffodil, that's probably not as, doesn't matter quite as much as with the darker colours I'm going to use in a moment, because you'll see the lines. So with the Daffodil Delight, I'm just putting a fair bit of ink on the roller and then just going up from the bottom, because I want a yellow background at the bottom, and I'm moving up the card just to get that. And if you don't press too hard, you won't get very strong lines. So that's the idea. Don't press too hard, or else you'll get these lines. They're very hard to cover up, as you'll see in a minute with the red, when I put the red on it. So I'm just putting a lot of yellow on here, just to do that. And okay, let's hang on a sec, just want to check something. Right. Okay. Just keep putting more and more yellow down. Okay. So I've got plenty of the yellow. I'll just leave that open there. Now I'm going to put a little bit of this. This is Real Red. Now Real Red, I'll have to put a bit more on. It's a warm day today, so what's happened is my rollers have actually dried out over the last couple of days since my class, so I have to put some more ink on it. Right, let's put a bit more ink on it just to see. Right, okay. And I'm just going to start lightly from the top, and I'm just going to go down. I don't want to put it too heavy in one spot, see, because you get the lines, you know, a bit more moving around up and down, probably to the top of the poppies, but a little bit more up to the top of this panel, and just adding, so with the red and yellow make orange, so you get a nice orange colour. I probably would like to sit down and do this, but I can't at the moment, so. Okay, so let's put a bit more the top, right down, so. Yeah, so a bit more at the top, just to make that a little bit darker, and that's coming down. So that's basically all you do. You keep building the colour until you've got enough to your liking. So you can have it quite dark if you like, but always keep moving and keep moving down the card so you don't put too much in a really thick band, because that's going to be very hard to cover up. So okay, I've got the red and the yellow. Now I'm just going to grab the yellow and just go a little bit, do a bit more down the bottom, and then just go up over where I started the red. And what that does, it sort of helps it blend a little bit, and then you get a mixed colour, more of a mixed colour in between. So you've got the real orange, and then it goes up to the red there. So you just got to overlap the colours a little bit. That's coming along nicely. Might put a little bit more red on the top, but again, just doing it, not pressing too hard. If I press too hard, I get really strong lines that are very hard to blend out. So this is me. I'll get a drink. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is use this blue. This is Pacific Point. You can use any sort of blue. You could probably use Night of Navy. That's a different sort of a blue. You could use Blueberry Bushel. It's another one. So now I'm just going to do a little bit lightly on the top. Now see how you got that? Because it's quite a different, it's got this line, because it's quite a different colour to the red. Yeah, so you don't want to press too hard, so you get a really dark line, but you will get some bands up, you know. But if you look at the sky, sunset, sunrise, there are bands of colour, so that's okay. And you keep building up the colour. A bit more at the very top, because then what I'm going to do is go back over with the red to make that a bit more purpley colour. Okay. This is a bit hard on my back doing this. Come on. Okay. I'll just go down here. Alright. A bit more red top. Down a little bit. Okay. So now I'm going to use a bit more of the red. Look what I've done here. I'll have to come up with a creative way to. So I've got ink on my fingers, and I've just done a smudge down there. There we go. That's what I usually do. Now put a bit more red on. Let that come down a little bit. I've got an idea for that anyway. I had to cut that up. Creative idea. A teacher that I've done lots of classes with says there's no such thing as mistakes, only creative opportunities. So let's see what I can make out of that. Oh dear. Oh well, we will live and learn. Try and keep the ink off your fingers. Anyway, so that's all I'm going to do with that one. Now, the next step with that one is if I can find my little, yes, I've got my aqua painter. It's got some water in it. Actually, just going to fleck water drops on here, on the card, by just hitting the pen on my finger. That does that. And then what I'm going to do is just use my roll of paper towels and just roll up over that, and that lifts the colour off the card. Just do a bit more. And you'll get a different effect depending on how much ink you've actually put on the paper. So, if you look at my original card, so some big splotches, so different ones there. So, okay, so now the next part for this is to put that one on a mat, and I have a mat here. Hopefully it's the right size. Yep. So so this is the standard Australian card front, which is A6. That's which is half of an A4 sheet. Then folded that in half, and that measures 14.8 centimetres by 10.5 centimetres. So this mat is 14.3 centimetres by 10 centimetres. Then this piece of Whisper White is 13.8 centimetres by 9.5 centimetres. So what I'm going to do is just glue this down. To the mat here. Yeah. Okay, and then stick this onto the card base. Multi-purpose liquid glue is great for this, and it gives you a few seconds just to move it so you get it where you want it. Right, so leave that one over there for a sec. Now, okay, now what I've got is a sentiment. This is Thinking of You, and it's from stamp set called Colourful Seasons. So what I'm just going to do is, I could use a different stamp set, couldn't I? Different sentiment just to make it a little bit different to my previous card, but so I might just leave that for a bit. The next step that I did with this card was to get the Wink of Stella glitter brush pen, And I'll just see if I can activate that, get that down. So the glitter goes down. Just got to give it a little bit of a squeeze. Sometimes you've just got to give it a bit of a shake. And do it with the lid on, so it doesn't go everywhere. And then you wait till it comes down to the brush. And it gives a very subtle shimmer. And so what I'm going to do now is just lightly colour in the poppies with my Wink of Stella. You won't be able to see it on the camera because it is very, very subtle. And as I colour, it's just going to blend the colours a little bit. Add a tiny little bit of shimmer. If it picks up too much of the colour, you just wipe it onto your paper. It's just a colouring thing. I find colouring relaxing. I don't know about you, but it's just a relaxing, and you don't have to be super careful, but because this is like an artistic sketch type of thing, so they're not meant to look realistic or anything, so it gives a bit of creative license to add a bit of colour, a little bit of sparkle, and yeah, to the card, just to add a little bit of interest to it. The background, it really makes this card, so just colouring in those with that. Okay, and then I think that's probably enough. Put that aside there. Yeah, it's just really subtle. Probably not a lot of sparkle left in my Wink of Stella, so I might need to try it again with a new one. But on the on this other card, what I did was on some of them you can just see the shine. I actually used the shimmery crystal effects. So the shimmery crystal effects adds a glossy sparkle. So then what I did was just pick a few of these little ones, not all of them, just a few in each bunch, and just dab it on, and that gives a bit of sparkle. And it's this takes a couple of minutes to dry, depending on how much you put on, and you don't need to put on heaps. I'm not putting it on all of them, just picking a few of the little flowers around each bunch, just to put a few on, add a bit more shine and sparkle to the card. Let's have a look. What else? Which ones have I done? I might do another one in here. Down here. And you just put that aside and let that dry. Right, that'll do. Okay. Yeah, I just want to see where. Right, okay. So now I've got my shimmery crystal effects happening on there. I might do another one. Another couple of things. This came out in the Christmas catalogue, and it's carried over, so you can still get this. It's probably a good idea to have it draw it upside down so the so it comes to the tip. Otherwise you'd be waiting. It's fairly thick, so it takes a while to come down the tube. This one's been used a fair bit, so probably about half gone. Oh, okay, well that's coming along. I like that. So now I was thinking of changing the sentiment. This little piece of black. So what I might do, okay, let's grab this stamp set. This is a good all-round birthday stamp set, so my go-to birthday set. And for little bands like that, I've got I can just put happy birthday, birthday wishes, happy day, all sorts of things on here. Happy day might work on that one. Yep, I'll do that. So just I'll take this one off here. Now where am I going to put this? I'll probably lose it. Okay, it's on that one. Okay, so remind me it's on that block so I don't lose it. Anyway, so when you're doing embossing, they'll do the same thing. So when you're doing embossing on cardstock, heat embossing, then you need to use the embossing buddy, and what that does, it removes static on your cardstock, because if there's static on your cardstock when you put your embossing powder on, I'm just looking for my Versamark, it will stick where it's not supposed to. So now, where's my Versamark? Sorry about that. They're supposed to put them back into the containers when they use them. Anyway, this one's got a few spots on it, but that's okay. Versamark. So Versamark's a clear ink. It's just used for embossing, and let's just put that one. Set that one there. Okay, I get my white embossing powder over here. I like to keep it in a container. Okay, got a little bit of a fleck. Might be a little bit of a hair or something in there. Anyway. Okay, that one's in there. Now, I'm going to get my heat tool over here. Now look what's in my heat tool box. There's my Versamark. Aha, they put it in the wrong box, and they left the lid off. So, okay. Oh dear. Oh dear. Never mind. Okay, I'm going to just quickly zap this. Apologise for the noise. Oops. Does it come out? Look. Where's the plug? Plugs come out. Socket. Okay. Okay. Right, okay, that's pretty good. Okay, put that one over there. Now, it's just a little bit crooked, but that's okay, because I have my little handy dandy trimmer here, which I'm just going to use to trim down just a smidgen. To sort of work out how I want to straighten this up, I'm just looking at the line of the bottom of the letters and just getting it. It's not a lot offline, it's only a tiny bit, so it's probably doesn't really matter. I'm just going to trim it down a little bit more. I'm just looking right over the top of it to get the bottom of that Y and the bottom of that Y on the same line. Doing that. Okay. Yep. And then I'm just going to take a little bit off the top of that letter and that letter, just to make that. Yep. That's a bit better. Right. Okay. I could take a bit more off. So this trimmer is really good because you can just take little smidgens off. Like that. Handy for these sort of things. I just take tiny little bits and then lift that up. Oh yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, now there's a couple of ways that you can do a flag end on this. One way you can use a punch if you've got like a little banner end punch or something like that. This way I'm just going to use scissors. I might just chop a little bit off there so it's not too big. Then I'm going to put, so if you cut on the inner middle as far as you want to go, and then you cut from that corner to the middle cut, and then from this corner to the middle cut there, then you get your little banner end. So that's that one. Move those out the way. Okay, now I've got that. That's pretty good. I'm going to just glue this one down. Over here. Just in there. And now, to finish off this card, looks like the crystal effects is dry now. And finish off this card, getting out the little Peaceful Poppies sequins. And just going to pick up, this is a fantastic tool, take your pick tool. Got a bit of putty on this end, so it's fabulous for doing this. So I'm just going to pick up sequin, I'll turn it around the other way. Pick up that, put a little blob down here. Stick that on there. I know, it doesn't really hide it, but I'm going to pick up a little black one. I'll put a few on this card, I think. I need to put a couple around the place just to make it look like I deliberately did this. Whoops. Now I've turned it over. Didn't want to do that. There we go. So that's it there for a minute. Alright, now I'm going to get a gold one. I'll put a gold one over there. Got one there. What else we got in here? We've got clear one. There's some little flowery ones in here, so I'll put it up. Try and pick up them, but they're not that easy. Oh, there we go. Let's see what I've got. I'll just put them in here, in this lid. Then we can see what we've got. And I've got a bit of glue on my fingers, so that's going to make it a bit tricky. And also static. These are very staticky as well. Oh dearie me. Let's have a look. So, okay, that's a different one. Put one there. What else we got in here? There's a flower one. Oh, there's another flower one. Okay. Right. Turn that over. Oops. Stuck to my finger. Hopefully that will stay there. And I might put another one. No, not that one, not that one. Gold flowers, there we go. Yeah, I'll put a gold flower there. Turn that over. Put that there. There. I might put another little gold one in up around in here. On there. Look, they're all sticking all over the place. Put that one like that. And look, oh, I'll put another one in the sky for good measure. Just for. I'll put a little dark one up there. Okay. Alright. I think that might be enough. You can put as many as you like on. So that's my card for today. Oh dear. Oh dear. Got some little it's a comedy of errors, but okay. There's a few little mistakes there. That's alright, you get the hang of it. You know, we all make mistakes. And like, I've still got this sequins on my hands. I really should maybe use the embossing body on my hand to get that static off. That might work. I don't know. I've never tried it. Anyway, but there's a sequence. You get oodles in a packet. So if a few fly away, that doesn't matter. So put the lid on. And there, put the lid on there. Okay, so that's the card for today. And if you are in the Adelaide Parkholme area and you'd like to come to a class, I am actually full up this week, but I'll have another class in 2 weeks' time, and where we make some cards, whatever. So that's it for today, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks. Bye.